Happy Monday. Hey. It's The Drive with Mario Smith, live from Chicago, Illinois, the third largest city in the United States of America. It's me. Weekend's over. It was long. It was good, but it was long. And I like this. I'm digging this music now. Whatever this background music is, I like it. But we're back. Another show, another week of shows. I have a programming note that I'll share with you in a moment. And let me bring in my man. It's Jay Bliss in Portland, Oregon. I don't think he's on meds anymore. He's back in the studio, baby.
Yeah, I've been kind of going off the meds a little bit. I had one before bed last night. Sweet. I've just taken ibuprofen today, so I'll probably do another one before bed just to help me sleep. It's kind of uncomfortable to sleep with your leg up like that, but yeah, I'm getting there.
I'm the worst because I am encouraging you to take pills. That's messed
well,
up.
I mean, I might as well use my prescription.
And that's what you know. That hey, that's where it starts.
That's right. That's right.
I just
yeah.
need to use this.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I have my first follow up tomorrow, so hopefully we'll figure it all out then. And I think I'm mostly down to ibuprofen now.
So I don't know if you can tell, man. It is an absolutely beautiful day in Chicago. It's almost 40-something degrees.
It looks bright in there.
It is bright as in here. I've got on lights, but I feel like I don't need them. It is 48 degrees here in Chicago. And people are outside losing their minds too. I don't know if anybody has a Citizen app on their phone, but it's going down on Citizen. People act like they have not been outside literally ever. Not just like since COVID, but like ever. Lots to talk about today. Among them, I won't be here on Wednesday, and that I'll be filming something that I now no longer can say when I'm filming because it's an NDA happening. So if you missed the shows, you missed it. But it will be on television relatively soon. And I found out what part I'm playing, which I can't talk about. I think they're gonna let me wear a White Sox hat though.
Nice.
No, it was part of my
gotta have the White Sox.
Part of my negotiation.
There you
gotta have, even though they're never gonna play baseball again, I gotta have this is part of my deal. But I went to get the COVID test today. This morning, it was interesting. And the lot where they shoot all the big TV shows is it's a thing on the west side of Chicago here. It was really cool to walk around through there. I ran into the director of the program that I'm going to be on, and I had a chance to talk to him and stuff. So Wednesday is not going to be me, but I'm going to be a guest. I'm going to call in. Call in? I'm going to be in the chat with everybody else. I'm going to watch on YouTube. Maybe I can be a guest Wednesday. I'll have a little time.
You could. Maybe towards the end of the show, we have you pop on and tell you how the experience has been.
For you or for me? That was a joke. That was just a joke.
No, for you. Like how check in to see how the day had gone on set.
It's going to be fun. I am very excited. Yesterday, I worked a marathon at my job, and there's a movie that I really don't know the name of that was filming yesterday, but we were the caterer or the hall where they ate.
Okay.
So look, man, let me tell you, craft services for anyone that's ever been in a movie before, chef's kiss, the best, the absolute best. People are real nice. They beg you to eat, and it was fun. But I'm glad to be back. I'm glad the weekend is over. Not the greatest weekend. A good man was murdered this weekend. A friend of mine, leaving his job and coming home. They haven't found out who did it yet, and I think that contributed to my Saturday night being a complete disaster. I'm glad we didn't talk because I probably wouldn't have been able to talk. But Diego Damas was his name. So Diego, shout out to Diego. This show will be dedicated to him. And it was the other thing I wanted to tell you. That's what I mean. Saturday night, man, wiped out a lot of things that I had working really well in my brain.
Understand.
I know what it was. So tomorrow, for all of the HAL folks who hang out with us, we're supposed to do a transition tomorrow.
Right.
I'm looking forward to talking to HAL.
Yeah. So So you get a little crossover towards the end of Hal.
Yeah, I do a little transition, a little crosstalk with my guy Hal. A little radio trick. We're gonna do a little crosstalk. Hey Hal, I'm sure it's gonna be fun. That CVS receipt was just a little too short though. It wasn't long enough. It has to be miles longer, Hal. You're not buying enough. You could buy 2 things at CVS and wallpaper your house with the receipt. 2 things, but if you buy like 5 things, it's a book. So thank you to Hal. Thank you for that nice introduction. I want to encourage everybody to check out our friends on Backchannel all day, starting from 6 a.m. Eastern time with Haley and Allison, and then the great Liv Harrison at 8 Eastern. Jam and Renee, our buddies, start at 10. Sir Anthony Davis is at noon. Pal Hal, yours, mine, ours, everybody's Pal Hal. It's not the Pal Hal show. That's egregious. It's the Your Pal Hal, and it starts at 2 Eastern time, and then he brings us right into the drive. And let's see who's hanging out in the chat today. Bliss, I don't know how you're doing it, but you're still in Florida, friend.
I can't figure out what's going on with that.
So I'm wondering if these names are real. Are we gonna have to hit a refresh on these? Because you're not in Florida. Maria's here though. She joined the stream. Trinity is new. I know that. She's in Louisiana.
So I'm trying to think, because I think
April, hey.
Yeah, and I don't know why it shows me twice. So I do know my mom figured out. She was the one that told me this, which I used when I was in Florida. Yeah. Is you can if you have the Amazon, you know her name, app that accompanies a lot of these devices, you can actually sign on there and listen to it straight off of your app. So
oh wow,
I'm thinking of it something that I haven't fully signed out of Backchannel on my app or something like that. I'm not sure why it keeps showing up, but
well, I know you're in Oregon unless you've taken the set with you, but
can't be in 2 places at once.
Oh, technically you can. I did it on Saturday night. Apparently, I ordered a full meal. I don't want to alarm anybody. It just I was really in my head about my friend. Turns out I guess I could go into it. Turns out this dude was walking home from work, which I wish I would have known that was his regular thing. He was from Italy, right? Not naive, but not all the way versed in how the world works here in Chicago. And I would have told him, don't do that. I'll buy you a ride share home.
Right.
But he was walking home, and sometime between we're all, and by we I mean all his friends and his family and stuff, I guess, and somewhere between 4 a.m. and 6 p.m. he was stabbed multiple times for maybe $40 and a 7-year-old mobile phone. And just stunned, absolutely stunned. You know that phrase, he's such a nice guy. Yeah, it's true. He was such a nice dude. And I mean, he was a human being. He had arguments, had times where he wasn't at his best and all that. But nobody deserves to be left in the snow, man. Left that man to bleed out in the snow. So between 4 and 6, when he was found, he was murdered and left to die there. So no one's been arrested or anything like that. And yes, I am terribly angry. I'm probably more angry than I am sad. But it is a sign of the times. So I just say that to say, love the people you love, man, and be real careful. No matter where you are in this country or the world, for that matter, you have to maintain a sense of where you're at. And I don't even know if a man had a chance to defend himself. But to say it's a tragedy would be me not putting it where it should probably be. It's a complete and utter mess. And Diego's going to be missed alive. And he was very funny. And there's a picture of him with one of my guys holding him up in the air. And my friend who's holding him is the size of a professional wrestler. So it's really quite funny that he's hoisting this little bitty man up in the air. And Diego's laughing because he thinks it's funny. It's really cool. But I'm going to miss that dude. So if I fade away or start, bring me back in. We should probably start our show, shouldn't we? Do some headlines, maybe. All right. Oh, I know. I mean,
go for it.
Technically, do whatever we want now. Nobody's.
This is the show.
That's what I mean. Who's coming up? Well, we are doing the show. Nobody's coming on after us. I don't think, unless there's a new memo.
No.
I checked.
We are the show of the day. We are the only show left. So
that's it. Yeah, we've done it all. We've done it all today. So let's take a look at some headlines that are happening in this hour. The first talks aimed at stopping the fighting between Ukraine and Russia ended today with no agreement except to keep talking, while an increasingly isolated Moscow ran into unexpectedly fierce resistance on the ground and economic havoc at home. 5 days into Russia's invasion, the Kremlin again raised the specter of nuclear war, while an embattled Ukraine moved to solidify its ties to the West by applying to join the European Union, a largely symbolic move unlikely to sit well with Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has long accused the U.S. of trying to pull Ukraine out of Moscow's orbit. Omicron is fading away, and so are Americans' worries about COVID-19. 24%, only 24%, say they are extremely or very worried about themselves or a family member contracted COVID-19, down from 36% in both December and January, when Omicron caused a massive spike in infections and taxed public health systems. The poll, a new poll, is from the Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs Research. And finally, many Capitol rioters' cases could depend on their first trial. The first trial for one of the hundreds of Capitol riot prosecutions began this week, with jury selection starting Monday for the case against Guy Wesley Reffitt. The Texas man is charged with bringing a gun onto Capitol grounds, interfering with police officers guarding the building, and threatening his teenage children if they reported him to authorities. Those are the headlines. Because that ended, there's no way I can make any of that up. When we come back, we'll talk to our passengers, and we'll get a little bit deeper into the news. I'll talk some more stuff with Gliss, see if he's got any extra pills that he can mail to me in Chicago, and all that cool stuff. It's The Drive with Mario Smith here on Backchannel.tv. You're probably also watching on YouTube and your Amazon-supported devices, and we appreciate it. And we'll be back right after these words. Hey everybody, welcome back to The Drive. New week, new graphics. Gliss, hop on here for a second, buddy. Thank you. Those look good. You didn't even tell me. You kept it a secret. I'm like,
well, I'm always working on a little bit of something. Just trying to tighten it up, get the make sure everything fits into the identity of the show.
Into our young people motif. Our demo, yeah. And then
I think we got people from all. I think we have like all the demographics covered.
Oh yeah,
pretty sure.
Yeah. I believe we do. But those are beautiful. I'm curious now for the rest of the show. I kind of just want to do a package where we just watch all the new stuff and just see what happens then. But no, those look good, man.
Just a little few tweaks here and there. But thank you.
This beard is starting to grow. It's getting weird. Yeah.
It's getting weird.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm troubled. I want to keep it, right? Because, I ain't the most handsome guy in the world, but I want to keep it. But I also would like to not have it because it's hot and itchy.
No, I get that. I feel like it's kind of like there's a certain point where it's really bothersome, and then if you can get past that, then it's not as bad. But
I'm also like, this was for the winter, but it's
right.
summer now. It's 48
See,
degrees.
we're getting some of those nice days. I'm not much of a clean shaver. I don't clean shave unless I have to. Like I pretty much always like trimmers, clippers. Like I'll go short, but I'm not really down with the clean shaving unless unless it's like a wedding or something like that. But
no, I totally get it, because I'm just kind of like, no, I can't do. Let me tell you something. What won't be happening? I'm not shaving this mustache. I don't care what goes on. I'll walk around looking like El DeBarge with a thin mustache before I cut it all off. I don't know. Not doing it. Andrea, Erica, what's up, y'all? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you guys. I do have a poll question, if you will, since we talked about people's fears of the virus going away here in Chicago. The mask mandate has been lifted for indoor activities. Here's the poll. Gliss, how about this? Are you ready to go on a vacation?
I just got back from vacation.
You did, dude. You went on a vacation. And not only a vacation, you were on a boat.
I'm going on another boat in May. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
A little closer to home though.
Yeah. You going to Alaska?
Yeah, it's Alaska. So not quite as much of a, I only got to drive 3 hours up to Seattle and then hop on the boat. So.
Just get on the boat. No big deal, Mario. Just hop on the boat. What are you going to be doing? Nothing. Staying at the crib, holding it down, making sure things are right here.
I feel like people are starting to open up with vacationing more and more. It seems like it.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like I was talking to someone on Twitter today. I really need one. I don't feel like I need one. I feel like I should have one though, just to change the optics a bit and be able to appreciate this great city as much as I do, even more. Because right now, man, I'm just like, yo, I need a massive break.
It's good to take a mental break.
Yeah, hey, Gary told me to. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yes. No. Yeah. You're this the Gliss show anyway. What am I doing? Nothing. I'm fielding phone calls and doing a show at the same time.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I think everybody needs a good mental break every now and then. Some time to take some time to think, no matter what it is.
Yeah. I really want to get to Canada. I want to go to Canada. I need those truckers though to stop acting stupid first before I go. I'm not going anywhere near that place until I get a guarantee that there's no convoy waiting on me, Mario Smith, at the border. Yeah, I saw what Gary said. Trim it to a goatee. I really want to keep it though, because it is a distinguished thing. I've never been able to grow one, and now I can grow one. I'm almost 55 years old, and finally the beard is happening. You know how hard I've worked to get this to actually be a thing. So yeah, there are those things. I'll figure it out. I'll trim it, cut it, keep it. I don't know. Avery's on the show. What's up, Avery? Thank you so much. And everybody that's here. I'm scared to say your names because I don't know if you're really hearing that, but I'll do it anyway. Stacy Cole. I'm not scared to say your name. Stacy Cole, J-Lo, Nathan, and sometimes C, Bella, Sunny, Chandler, Verona, Deborah, this Gliss dude in Florida, Amanda, and Steve. Welcome everyone to the drive. Glad you're here. Rough weekend this weekend. If you scare easy, Vladimir Putin put it on the table, didn't he? He's like, okay, you take my money, I'm gonna blow up the world. He's like a bad supervillain. He does not get any of this. Nobody wants that. Yet let him tell it, man. He's out here like, I don't care what you want. I will do it.
A little bit of Dr. Evil from Austin Powers.
Oh, a lot. And that dude from Despicable Me.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that wanted to blow up the moon?
Yeah.
He is really just out here like, I don't care. But you know what the coldest thing I've heard anybody say ever? And I got to find the exact quote. The president of the Ukraine, Zelensky, said something to the effect of the soldiers that are coming here to fight us should put seeds in their pockets. meaning that when they die, something will grow out of. I was like, what? That is next level stuff. They should put seeds in buckets. What? Oh my God! Put your seeds in your pockets if you're coming to the Ukraine. I'm using it, but I got to be really mad at somebody, and I got to be ready to fight to the death. That's not a line you say like over beer. Hey man, put your seeds in your pocket. No, that is the end. That's it. And you have reached the end of this particular rope. And you might as well go find yourself some seeds. And then somebody posted a picture of a field of sunflowers. And then they said, this is what I hope the Ukraine looks like. I'm just like, look, the internet war part of this is horrifying. But that man told the Russian soldiers, you may want to put seeds in buckets. Woo! That is so cold. That is like, that's genius level. I've never heard anybody say that. And I hang around people who really like saying cool things like that all the time. He was like, I don't care anymore. And then he was like, when Biden was like, we can help you get out the country. He said, I don't need a ride. He said, I don't need a ride. I need weapons. Huh? Where has he been all this time? How come Zelensky doesn't have a late night show in America? Anyway, so this weekend, Putin is all like, you take my money, I'll show you all, okay? I'm going to blow up the earth. Whoa, slow down. There are a lot of things that have to happen before we reach nuclear war, dude. You're mad about Ukraine? Come on. He's like, you take my money. I don't have any money. And the Russian people are feeling it too. They don't have any loot. They're running. I've never seen it that swift before with sanctions. I'm like, yep, no money. I mean, let me take that back. Sanctions have been happening in the hood forever. I haven't seen this on an international scale before. They're like, no money. Help. We ain't got no money. Between put your seeds in your pocket and I'm going to start nuclear war. I can't write all this junk down fast enough. But Putin has been implying this nuclear threat. Every now and then he whips it out when he's trying to get people to see where he's coming from. And he said he literally said that he was going to turn the Ukraine war into a broader nuclear conflict. And Joe Biden now has to figure out how's he going to deal with this dude, get the Supreme Court justice in, and make sure nobody else has COVID. And he's got to make that run, Bliss, all the way to the Capitol building for the State of the Union in a couple of weeks. It's a lot. This turn of events is all the more remarkable for the fact that less than a year ago, Putin and Biden issued a statement at their Geneva summit that seemed more in keeping with the idea that the threat of nuclear war was a Cold War relic. Quote, nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fun. Close quote. Well, Putin peed on that because Sunday he told his top defense and military people, prepare for war, especially the regime of combat duty. That's getting the nuclear people out and ready for it. But he never really said how he was going to do it.
So it seems like a lot of threats. Like he's a big talker.
And I was going to say more threat. See, Putin didn't come up with the seeds line. Had he had his people, had he had his writers working on it, that would have been, that's what you say. Put the seeds in your bucket. Ooh.
And not that we shouldn't take it seriously. It's obviously a scary situation, but I mean, I just don't see a realistic end game here where he, by doing something like that, you're really asking for a lot in return because pretty much every other country is aligned against Russia. So I mean, It's like, we got silent submarines waiting off, the coast in secret locations, and so as soon as they start shooting off nuclear weapons, things are not going to go very well for him.
And I mean, here's the other part of that too, Gliss. If we're really being honest, they're always ready for nuclear war.
Absolutely.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every day they're ready for it, and they're always on high alert. But this is posturing in a way that if he's unstable and he decides, you know what, I've had enough. I heard seeds in pocket, that pissed me off. I know what I do. I will blow up the world. But then you get nothing out of it because everybody's gone.
Yeah.
So I think this is how I think it's going to end. He wasn't expecting the Ukrainians to fight back. I think he thought they'd be scared because they're the big bad Russians. They're not so big and bad anymore. I think the other thing that's going to okay, let me back up. I think this is going to end sooner than expected. I think he's going to be like, "Yo, I proved my point, and I will go back. But if you make me come back here again, I can't guarantee you which Putin's going to show up. Putin that's shirtless on a horse, or Despicable Me. One of them two dudes is coming now. You get Putin on a horse. That's pretty cool, actually. And then I think he thought that China might be like, yeah, do it. China has kept amazingly silent through this whole thing. Yes. And I am pretty sure that President Xi of China is like, yeah, you know, the minute he even acts like he's going to pull it, we'll talk to him. The country that's going to stop all this, though, isn't the U.S. and it's not the sanctions. It's not the EU. It's going to probably be China. And that's going to change China's position in the world. This is an interesting thing that's happening. I hope people are paying attention. But I would not panic yet about the nukes. Got a few more rivers to cross before we are like, uh-oh. This is going remarkably bad. But he's trying to pull it. And I again, I cannot state enough. The president of the Ukraine is a G. He is like, come on through. And did you know that there are people from all over the world that are going to the Ukraine that aren't Ukrainian? Like, yeah, we'll fight. Come on, man. That would be me saying, I don't think I need to be here. I can go. But we'll see. It's not over yet, but it is a lot more when you understand the playing field and who's playing. It gives you a chance to kind of calm down a little and be able to read the situation as to reacting to it. And there's a lot of misinformation online. So be careful what you post and retweet. Be careful who you're reading these things from. Everybody's got an agenda, baby. Everybody has an agenda. Some people's agenda is far more diabolical than others. And speaking of folks with an agenda, Facebook, segue. Facebook and Twitter removed 2 anti-Ukrainian covert influence operations over the weekend, one tied to Russia and another with connections to Belarus, the company said. One of the operations, a propaganda campaign featuring a website pushing anti-Ukraine talking points, was an offshoot of a known Russian disinformation operation. A Facebook spokesman said it used computer-generated faces to bolster the credibility of fake columnists across several platforms, including Instagram. The other campaign used hacked accounts to push similar anti-Ukraine propaganda and was tied to a known Belarusian hacking group. Disinformation experts warned that Russia is expected to continue to try to manipulate narratives about Ukraine, most notably around the claims made by Russian President Vladimir Putin. The networks that were removed by Facebook and Twitter pushed narratives that Putin himself mentioned in his speech announcing a military operation, which has since turned into a large-scale invasion. Very interesting. Since Habanero Hitler was president, all eyes are on Facebook and Twitter for people talking and watching what people are saying. I suspect TikTok, which is a Chinese-operated situation, that those folks are going to be having the spotlight on them too, because there's some crazy stuff on TikTok as well. We were just talking about President Zelensky. 3 years ago, he was playing a president in a popular television comedy. Today, he is Ukraine's president, confronting Russia's fearsome military might. Volodymyr Zelensky is leading his country during an invasion that threatens to explode into the worst conflict in Europe's post-World War II history. On Friday, as Russian troops reached Kyiv, he posted a defiant handheld video to social media showing him next to the presidential palace in the heart of the Ukrainian capital, surrounded by members of his cabinet. Quote, "We are all here," he said. "We are defending our independence, our country." The message capped a head-spinning transformation of a man whose job used to be making jokes on television into a wartime leader. Who is Zelensky? Well, he's 44 years old. I should have the dating game music playing in the background. I could be like Jim Lang. You all don't know about the dating game. Why am I? It's not the lounge here in Chicago. I mean the actual game that people used to Anyway, Zelensky, 44, who was elected president in 2019, was educated as a lawyer, but found his true calling as an entertainer, married to Olena Zelenska, with whom he has 2 children. He was born in the Ukrainian city of Kryvyi in the then Soviet Union to Jewish parents. His family story tracks his homelands and the continent's bloody history. He has said 3 of his grandfather's brothers were killed by Nazi occupiers while his grandfather survived World War II. Raised during communism, Zelensky went into politics months before the 2019 election with no prior experience or solid policies. Instead, he ran on a promise to inject integrity into his country's leadership. Unlike many of his counterparts in the region, his past did not turn him into a dour politician in the Soviet mold. On the contrary, his public persona is encapsulated by one of his best-known quips, quote, "You don't need experience to be president, you just need to be a decent human being," close quote. As a product of the entertainment industry, he is known for his personable style and his ability to speak to people of all kinds. He is quite empathetic as a person. He finds good connections with people. That's why he's successful in politics, said Orisa Luchvich, a research fellow at the London think tank Chatham House. Interesting character, Zelensky. But then I'm going to have to read this story. And I'm like, well, Zelensky, where are you at, bro? So at least 500,000 people have fled the Ukraine since Russia started this war. The problem is Black Ukrainians, who we talked about on the show last week, aren't being kept off of trains and not given an opportunity to leave. So in the middle of all this, let me get this straight. Let me make sure I got the playbook right. We've got COVID. All right, that's right. And then after COVID ends, fake spring, war, and all you Black people who are here in the Ukraine from Africa, you got to stay here. And good luck. And you might die. And that's racist. And that's obvious racism. And Zelensky hasn't said a word about that. And neither has President Biden. Neither has, Vladimir Putin ain't going to say nothing. Where are they going to go? To Russia? Go to Poland? All of this is happening at the same time. The idea that I imagine there's a war in America. We'll use white people as an example. And everybody that's not white can get out of here. All the white people got to stay. I know, right? Doesn't that sound crazy? But it's happening. And it's happening at the worst possible moments. And everybody's like, well, that's cool. Yeah, whatever. Just remember, it's a war happening. All the political, the back and forth and the people talking and all that stuff, that's all well and good and cool and everybody likes it. But there's an actual war going on. In the middle of all of this, in the middle of COVID, in the middle of a raging pandemic, even if your mask mandate has been lifted where you live, there's a war going on, and they are not allowing as many people as possible who don't want to be there to leave. And in particular, they're keeping Black Ukrainians from leaving. And then there are certain aspects of the news media that are diminishing the fact that these folks are Ukrainian citizens and leaning on the fact that they're from Africa and that they came there to study. But a lot of those people took citizenship. They're Ukrainians. I know, right? Isn't it crazy? President Biden has a speech next week. Are you ready for the State of the Union? What's your State of the Union meal, Gliss? What are you having? What you going to be drinking? What are we doing for the State of the Union? We all meeting up somewhere? We going to a bar? We going to watch it?
Sure, I'll go to the bar.
Let's go. All right. You got to threaten me with a good time, buddy. I'll go. Man. And then the convoy's coming. We're mad about our mask. Well, most of the country doesn't have a mandate anymore. We're mad that you didn't wait until we got here about our mask. That's what it's going to sound like next week. In good times and bad, American presidents come to Congress with a diagnosis that we're mad about our mask. With a diagnosis that hardly differs over the decades. Man, sometimes I just, these things just come to me. I don't pre-plan them. in their State of the Union, reading. In good times or bad, American presidents come to Congress with a diagnosis that hardly differs over the decades. In their State of the Union speeches, they declare the state of our union is strong, or words very much like it. President Joe Biden's fellow Americans, though, have other ideas about the state they're in, and little hope his State of the Union address Tuesday night can turn anything around. America's strength is being sharply tested from within and now from afar as fate overnight made Biden a wartime president in someone else's conflict, pardon me, leading the West's response to a Russian invasion of Ukraine that makes all the other problems worse. The State of the Union is disunity and division. It's a state of exhaustion from the pandemic. It's about feeling gouged at the grocery store and gas pump. It's so low that some Americans, including prominent ones, are exalting Russian President Vladimir Putin and his attack on a democracy. This is clearly an opinion piece. Let me break that down for you. Slow down, player. Whoever wrote this. Who is this? Let me see here. This is in the AP. It's not giving me a name. Really? Calvin Woodward and Zeke Miller. All right, Calvin and Zeke. By the way, the headline of this is On Cusp of Biden's Speech, a state of disunity, funk, and peril. When I first saw that, I was like, funk? Oh, word. The Parliament is getting together, Funkadelic. They're going to have a concert at the Biden speech. Is he going to run out on a ramp again? Hey, here comes speech. Look, the State of the Union is not the best, but can you imagine if this was year 6 of the Trump administration? There'd be American troops going to Russia probably to help the Russians fight the Ukrainians. Or, I can't even imagine, when Biden gives his speech next week, he does have a few things that are on his plate that he's going to have to allay some of the fears of Americans. One, inflation is screaming. 2, is COVID really gone? Are we really out of it? Even though these mask mandates are getting lifted, thank goodness, and you can go and travel and all that stuff. But how much away from COVID are we really? And then you've got the grocery store gas pump stuff, which is the inflation part. And then your international policies, your foreign policy, it's kind of weird. Biden's got work to do. You're about to be convinced by a man who probably should be chilling somewhere that he is the right man for this job. And when his re-election comes up, that you should be there for it. And there are a lot of people who are Democrats, and of course, there are a lot of people who are Republicans who just don't see it. So we will be watching the State of the Union. State of our Union is strong. Yeah, it's not that strong. It's strong-ish. Stronger than it's been. It's strong enough. Ramesh, how you doing, brother? I'm good. Everything is cool. Vicky is here. Hey, Vicky. Jazz is here in Oklahoma, I think that is. Or he lives in OK. And if you're in a state of OK, Jazz, I'm okay with that. Santiago is here. Hello, Santiago. How you doing? You guys are all passengers on the drive. I'm Mario. It's nice to meet you. I hope you're having a good day. I know I just rolled off a bunch of stories that sound horrible, but it's the people, man. It's going to always be the people. Even when it's not, it's the people. It's always about the people. I had to take my hat off because it is screaming hot in my studio. Who am I kidding? I'm at home. It's really hot in here. But I'm going to open up a door when we go on our break in a minute and cool it off some. Don't forget tomorrow, very exciting on the first hour of the show, or before the show. Please tune in to your pal Hal, my pal Hal, our pal Hal, as he and I will have our first meeting. It'll be the first time I've met him. I know Travis already, but I haven't had the pleasure of meeting and talking to Hal. And I am very much looking forward to that. Gliss, are you going to be there in the talk? It's just me.
No. Just you and Hal.
No Travis either?
Well, I mean, Travis will be there.
I guess so if he's running the show.
Yeah, he'll be running the show, so maybe he'll make an appearance. But yeah, that'll be good. You and Hal together, I can only imagine the possibilities.
Oh, hijinks. That's what I'm talking. Hijinks. It's gonna be good. I like Hal, man. Hal is a very entertaining cat. And,
I do too.
I think he is. We got some superstars in our building, man. And I like Hal, and I like everybody. Everybody is good.
I do too.
No one sucks. Thank God, because man, that would be bad. That's hard to explain. And like Jam and Renee killing it. Come on, they're killing it. Sir Anthony Davis is killing it.
We need a company picnic or something, or even if it's a virtual. We need to get everybody together somewhere, and
what he said.
I've heard it suggested by other people as well, but it's just never been put together yet. I mean, we're still, this whole process is still new, but we got a lot of great colleagues. So I would love to get the chance to chat with them. Mostly, I've had the chance through, helping out with some other shows, but that's about it. A lot of these people we don't get to talk to very much. So
I'd love to hang out, man. Buy a pool with some roulette tables.
That's even better. We were talking about vacations earlier. Yeah. Let's company getaway to Vegas or something like that.
I got friends in Vegas. I need to, wherever we do this, it has to be where I know someone so I can stay at their house because I'm poor. I'm super broke. I don't have any money. But yeah, Los Angeles at home.
LA, yeah, there's some people based out there. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to LA. We know what, we go to Hal's house. That's where we'll have it, Gliss. We'll have it at Hal's because he and Travis live in LA. I imagine Hal lives in a mansion, a big roomy house that can hold, how many people work for the company? Like 65,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the quote unquote creative department, I think it's under 25 or something like that. But there is a lot of other people that work behind the scenes to make this all happen. So
I've tried to read War and Peace and our company's directory, and I cannot finish either one. That is so long. All right, before this is the last show, let me stop talking. When we come back, we will have our community report. And I think there's a new package introduction for it. I'm going to go open up a door so I could lose a little weight though. We'll be back in a bit. This is The Drive with Mario Smith. Thanks for joining us. You're watching Backchannel.tv. Welcome back to The Drive, everybody. I'm Mario Smith. How you doing? Welcome. It's time for our community report, where we talk about things that are happening in the community, where you live, where other people live. And there's a lot happening, as we discussed in the first few moments of the show. Hey, Liz, how you doing? Welcome to the program, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Tell your friends. We're a one-stop shop of news, fun, information, interviews, all that cool stuff. Okay, let's do it. Forgive me. It's a lot happening here at the home studio. Um, that I'm definitely going to have to get back to. There's a story out of New York that I can't read, but you'll probably hear about it tonight on the news. Gliss, I don't know if you heard about it, about the lady on the subway platform.
I did not.
I'm going to say what it is. I can't read it. I tried to read it earlier just to see if it would be cool to read. It's gross, man. So a woman was sitting on a bench on the subway in New York, and the man walked up to her with a bag of feces and proceeded to smear it on her face and on her hair.
God.
Yeah. They haven't caught the man yet.
Mm.
Oh, but here's another story out of New York, though. And that's far more happier, although this makes me angry because me and you can't catch a break. The man in New York won a $10 million lottery prize. Thing is, it's his second time winning. 3 years after he won a $10 million lottery prize. And good on him. I'm not mad at him. I'm just mad that the 10 million mark has not hit me yet. 3 years after he won a $10 million lottery prize, a New York man has done it again. Juan Hernandez of Uniondale won the New York Lottery's $10 million deluxe scratch-off this month, claiming the grand prize, the lottery said in a release published last week, Tuesday. The lottery said lightning struck twice for Hernandez, who won the same amount on a $350,000 cash spectacular scratch-off ticket in 2019. Quote, you know what? I take that back. I hate you, Juan Hernandez. I'm still trying to spend the $10 million I won in 2019. Word, Juan Hernandez.
Oh, that's bad.
Hernandez,
rubbing it in.
Could you just not say you haven't spent it all, Juan Hernandez, and just say, man, I'm
like, oh, geez, what am I going to do with this ticket? I haven't even spent the last one.
All right, I can't stand Juan Hernandez. He could have said anything. He could have been like, I'm not going to tell you what I've done with my money, or not said anything. Yeah, man, it's really hard spending $10 million. Shut up, Juan Hernandez. Just shut up. He bought it at a Stop and Shop in Hempstead. He opted to cash out in a lump sum totaling $6.51 million after required withholdings. The lottery said in a statement that as of its publication, there were still 3 top prizes left on the $10 million deluxe ticket. So 2 scratch-offs, $16 million. 16.51 because, as we all know, he still has money left. So we're going to say he probably has $10 million. Juan Hernandez.
It seems like the scratch-offs are the ones that people tend to win big on.
Man, I want
at least in terms of odds, because you're a lot less likely to win, mega bucks or Mega Millions or Powerball or something. But it seems like those scratch-its are the ones where people get lucky a lot.
Oh, that Juan Hernandez is lucky.
I mean, not me.
Me neither.
I won like 300 once on a scratch-it.
I think the most I've ever won is like $50, and I felt like a millionaire when I won that.
Oh yeah,
because I didn't know no better. I took that money and what'd I buy with it? Beer. I think, and some pizzas maybe. But no, I gave it. I know what I did. I remember exactly what I did. I gave it to my nephew. I sure did. That dude owes me $50 from like 30 years ago. Son of a gun! I need to call him.
And see, you're due now because that's good karma. You should be due for a big win.
I've been due for a big win forever, Gliss. Not just because of that. Juan Hernandez can scratch him up with the best of them. If you're in the New York area, you may want to ask him what his secret is, because Juan's a bad man with it.
And would you say it was Stop and Shop? What is that? Is that like a convenience store?
Yeah, I would imagine.
It's always, that's the other thing. People that win big, they always buy it somewhere, some little random place. Like that's why if I'm like driving through Eastern Oregon, I make sure to buy a ticket there at some like random little town that I've never been to.
a place where the sign is like nails that are coming out the wall,
Right.
not the sign.
Exactly.
Better.
That's where you got to buy the lottery tickets.
That's where you find the nicest people, though. To be honest, I'm
Oh,
big
for
on
sure.
nice people. So and then that store gets some money. But that doggone Juan Hernandez, man, he's a gangster. He's out here like, watch this. He's probably running around telling people to put seeds in their pocket today. He's won $10 million twice on scratch offs twice. I don't know if I'm going to be able to spend all the money. Shut up. Just shut up. You like onions? I'm so glad you found this story, dude, because I heard about it too late to be able to do anything about it. Do you like you good with onions, like white onions?
I hated onions as a kid, but now I like them. As someone who likes to cook a little bit, I have come to appreciate them as an adult. So actually right now, before the show, I'm actually marinating, pickling red onions.
Look at you, chef.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know about that.
I just heard
Google helped me.
Always. I just heard before we went on, I was listening to a little Chicago radio, and it's the second time I've heard it, and I got to try it. People are missing baseball a little bit around here, so they're making they're like sauteing onions so it can smell like a ballpark in their house.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know if I have the nerve. I'd get angry if I couldn't go to a game though, smelling these onions. That's the first thing when you get into guarantee rate bill. The first thing is just like, oh man, I don't even eat hot dogs, but I want one.
Yeah. No, it's like when you go to Disneyland, they like pump out the smells from the buildings. That's like going to a baseball game. It's like you just smell all your senses are hit. It's the best part about baseball.
Sadly to report, because Juan keeps winning all the money from me, I haven't been to Disneyland yet. John Marquise Benny, welcome to the show. Gary says that's not luck, it's fixed. I'm sorry, fixed. That wasn't luck.
He's a plant.
Juan is somebody else. But the reason why I asked if you like onions or not, particularly white onions, is because authorities have seized $3 million worth of methamphetamines hidden among a shipment of onions. A K-9 unit for the U.S. Customs and Border Protection alerted to the trailer shipment of onions on Sunday, and officers found nearly 1,200 small packages of meth. And you imagine you're at the grocery store, you're like, all right, let me cut up these onions. Holy moly, what is this? Meth?
That would be pretty shocking.
Honey, what are we having for dinner tonight? I don't know, but I'm about to saute some onions. All right, that's great. Oh my God, what's wrong? It's something in the onions. What is it? It looks like, I don't know. I don't do drugs, but I'm imagining meth based on all the TV shows I watch. The 46-year-old driver, a Mexican national who was not named, and who was not named Juan Hernandez because he won $10 million on a scratch-off, was arrested for the alleged narcotic smuggling attempt at this isn't the name of the place, the Otay Mesa Port of Entry Commercial Vehicle Facility. Ouch. They call it Otay. Don't they know that's the Eddie Murphy and Buckwheat? Otay? That's racist. How dare they? The packages of meth, more than 1,330, it is in my head now, 1,336 pounds, were 606 kilos, were shaped into small globes with a white covering, the agency said, and meant to blend into the onions. Oh, okay, so they weren't in onions. The drugs are estimated to be worth $2.9 million on the street. This was not only a clever attempt to try and smuggle in narcotics, one I haven't seen before, I bet you haven't, but also time-consuming to wrap narcotics into these small packages designed to look like onions, said Stacy Aki, CBP Director of Field Operations in San Diego. While we have certainly seen narcotics in produce before, it's unusual for us to see this level of detail in the concealment. Wow, that's a lot of onions. That's a lot of meth. God, who's doing meth like that? Is that a thing still? Melissa Verenda, peace. Hey, yo. Is that a thing? Meth? Gotta be. That's crazy. Well, just be careful with your onions, Bliss. Whatever you're doing out there.
Yeah, definitely don't want that in my onions.
Honey, what's for dinner? We're gonna have hamburgers. I think we're gonna have white onions. He's like, wait a minute! Oh my
Meth
God,
burgers.
it's meth burger. I don't want a meth burger. What are we doing? That's a great question. What are we doing? Meth burgers? Meth onions? Man, when I heard it, I was like, that's it. I give up. It'd be a lot easier to go up to the border and be like, yo, I got meth. Can I get in? Instead of trying to smuggle in some onions. Oh my goodness. And no one was going to notice that there were onions in these little white globes that looked like probably like Christmas tree ornaments without the colors on them. What is those? I don't know. I am only here delivering onions.
Try to play that off.
I don't know what those are. Onions?
What is that?
What is that? Hey, Mexican national, whose name I don't want to know. What are those? Onions? They told me they were onions, and I believe them. And that's why I'm driving this truck. Oh, man. Onions. You got to be kidding me. It is great. What a country. Isn't this the greatest? Can anybody possibly deny the greatness of America? When we stop Mexican nationals who have no name and say, hey, those onions, what would make somebody see? I would like to see, and there's a picture, but I really want to, like, with the naked eye, like, be right up close in that box and go, hey, whoa, hey, what you got in those globes? What are those things? Those don't look like onions. It looks like meth. And then if you're the policeman, you open it up. Do you go, holy smoke, Bill, get over here. We're going to retire tomorrow. What do you mean? Got meth. Oh. Oniony flavored methamphetamines. That is absolutely insane. And then, hey, I got to do it. It's time for another adventure of Florida Man. Surprise. The man who grabbed Pelosi's podium during the Jan 6 riot, the January 6th insurrection, is sentenced to prison. Ooh. A Florida man who grabbed House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's podium and posed for photographs with it during the U.S. Capitol riot was sentenced last week to more than 2 months in prison. Adam Johnson. Remember him smiling and waving and carrying the podium around like he was going to take it home with him? Jail done. After driving home, Johnson bragged that he, quote, broke the internet and was finally famous. Not as famous as you're about to be.
I hope it was worth it.
Not as famous as you're about to be in prison, sir. You are about to be really famous, buddy. You better act like you don't know how to speak English. You better do all kinds of stuff. Just walk around in circles, do the robot, do something. This is going down for you. and that's another adventure of Florida Man. Unbelievable. Can this get any better today? Great news. There's one more.
Like you said, though, I just love the fact that a lot of these people that are now going to trial for felony charges they were so happy and so pleased with themselves in the moment while they're like videotaping themselves breaking laws,
singing, dancing, stealing papers that didn't belong to them, carrying the podium around, got his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk,
documenting all their crimes,
documenting their crimes like dummies, because of course real criminals do that. Hey, this is a great moment in American history. I need to make sure I got my camera on. No, dummy. That's why you're in jail. And Adam Johnson, that poor guy. Oh, he thought he was famous before. Wait till the dudes in the system get him. That's a terrible thing to say. But it's going to happen. Oh, well. When we come back, we'll give you what's happening at the top of the hour. And we're going to keep talking stuff to you guys. And you guys are all coming in. Thank you so much for being a passenger on The Drive today. It's The Drive with Mario Smith. That's me. You're watching Backchannel.tv. You're also watching on YouTube and listening on your Amazon-supported devices. In a moment, we'll be back with the top of the hour. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, what's going on? Happy Monday. It's The Drive with Mario Smith. We're live from Chicago, Illinois. And I am so glad that you are here with us today. If you missed the first hour of the show, you missed us talking about people putting seeds in their pocket and Florida man and everything else. We had a good old time. But you're here now for the second hour of the show as we get ready to end our broadcast day. And I appreciate you being here with me and joining me on this, whatever this is, with police sirens in the background, because I got a door open. My man Jay Bliss, he is in Portland, Oregon. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. It just really dawned on me. It's early in the afternoon for you. You got a whole
day. Yeah. That gave me a whole different perspective when I was in Florida, because I was an hour ahead of you.
Right.
And it was like, it's like it's later in the day when I would have to have the, help you get the rundown put together and all that stuff. It'd be like more like lunchtime. Whereas here on the West Coast, I try to get it done like mid-morning. Try to, get things settled for the show prep, and then take a little bit of break, do some stuff around the house, and kind of refocus like an hour before the show. So definitely a different mindset.
My thing this morning when I woke up, I knew that I had to leave to go do the thing. And so I actually had the rundown together for like 2-3 hours before I sent it to you.
Yeah.
So I'm now up so doggone early for no reason. But I knew today I had to get up because I had to go to get the COVID test, which went surprisingly smooth. I did tell the nurse, though, I was like, please don't push that thing up to my brain.
They did that to me. Yeah,
like, don't do that.
I had one of those. They had the 48-hour thing before my surgery.
Yeah,
and it was definitely one of those where she was like, it felt like she had it in there for a minute, and then she just kept going, sorry, I'm gonna count in just a minute. And I'm like, I thought we were already doing this.
No, we're not counting. I don't want to count. And she was so sweet. Everybody was very nice at this place that I can't say because now I'm under a non-disclosure agreement. But very nice folks. The show, I'm going to be on a TV show just one time. Don't get excited. You don't want that. I'm already on a TV show here, but I'm going to be on another TV show, like another one, a big one. I guess I could say it's a Disney show. I can say that. So it could be anything on Disney.
I like Disney.
I mean, who doesn't? And I can say it's not a Marvel movie because I would not be able to shut up if it was Marvel. Oh, woo! My goodness, I would lose my mind if it was Marvel. But it's going to be fun, and I won't be here on Wednesday. I do believe Robert will be here. Rob Malazzo will be here with you.
Correct.
So that'll be cool. Be nice to my man Rob, please. We got new passengers too, Gliss. Has joined the stream, or a hand wave. I don't know who that is. And Janet, hey Janet, how you doing? Kiral, I believe, is here, and Madison. Thank you all for joining. Melissa Verinda, who's this? Rennie, Santiago, Jez, everybody, Stacy, all of you guys. Thank you so much for being passengers on the drive today. This is your first time here, and I totally get it. So you're probably like, what is this? And I will explain it to you briefly. It's two dudes from two different parts of the country who just met each other, who will know how to do it, and we just do it. That's the show. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great night. See you. I wish I could do that. One day, Gliss, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the big walk-off, and you're just going to be like, why hasn't he come back yet? I'll be out of here. So let's do the headlines, and then we can get into we'll take a break, and then we can do the thing. Russian forces shelled Ukraine's second largest city on earlier today, rocking a residential neighborhood and closed in on the capital, Kyiv, and a 17-mile convoy of hundreds of tanks and other vehicles as talks aimed at stopping the fighting yielded only an agreement to keep talking. And our other headline, where did you go? It happens every now and then. That's not the headline I wanted. That is about a story I'm going to read in a little bit. Here we go. Saw this happen to Hal today. They couldn't get Michael Keaton rolling on the stage. So it doesn't just happen to me. It happens to the great people. Like, yeah. The parent company of Facebook and Instagram says it is restricting access to Russia's RT and Sputnik in Europe over concerns the two state-controlled media outlets are being used to spread disinformation and propaganda. Monday's action by Menlo Park, California-based Meta came after its announcement over the weekend that it was banning ads from Russian state media and had removed a network of 40 fake accounts, pages, and groups that published pro-Russian talking points. The network used fictitious persons posing as journalists and experts, but had yet to create much of an audience. Facebook began labeling Russian state-run media in 2020. RT and Sputnik are part of Russia's sprawling propaganda machine, spreading information that supports Russia's invasion while seeking to undermine and criticize the response by other nations. And those are the headlines at the top of the hour. Wow. That was something. And now here's something else. When we come back, we're going to have our entertainment report. Have no fear, the cameras are here. We'll be back in just a moment as you hear a train rolling through my neighborhood. It's the driver, Mario Smith. Oh my God, that sounds frightening. Right here. No, not the name of the show, that train. We'll be back in a minute. It's Backchannel.tv, YouTube, and you're listening on your Amazon supported devices. And thank you. We'll be right back. Okay, let me address a couple of things. Gary T, no, it is not a season 3 of Luke Cage. And I am not starring as Luke Cage, though that would be great. That would be outstanding. I was thinking about Luke Cage the other day. They something happened there. I'm not sure what it is. Travis, I think our Travis, I hope, has joined the stream. And Mark is new here. Thank you so much for being a pastor. Mark, he says hello. I say hi back. And he also says he feels bad for Ukraine. And yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but I feel like there isn't an aspect of war that works. So I feel horrible for the Ukrainians, but there's war everywhere. I feel bad for anyone that is in one. And that is not to diminish what is happening, because this is really effed up on multiple levels. Oh, hey, Travis, I thought you were someone else. You said, who the heck are you? Okay. Well, you said hello, Travis. So I'm Mario. That's who I am. And my friend Gliss is in Portland. Who are you? Tell us about yourself, Travis. I'm interested. Can you tell how interested I am? I really am, though. No joke. I'm interested. Screen Actor Guild Awards thingy happened yesterday. And Coda won the top honor at the Screen Actors Guild Awards. A coming-of-age drama centered on the only hearing member of a deaf family took the top honor at Sunday's 28th Screen Actors Guild Awards, Hollywood's first marquee award show of the year. The film triumphed in a Best Film Ensemble field, which also included the 1960s set tale Belfast, the doomsday satire Don't Look Up, and the true crime melodrama House of Gucci, and the sports biopic King Richard. Marlene Matlin, accepting the ensemble prize on behalf of the Coda's cast, dedicated the award to children of deaf adults around the world. Quote, "We, deaf actors, have come a long way," Matlin said through an American Sign Language interpreter. "This validates the fact that we, deaf actors, can work just like anybody else. We look forward to more opportunities for deaf actors, deaf culture," close quote. Jane Campion's The Power of the Dog, this year's leading Oscar contender, failed to land a Best Ensemble nomination, but three of the film's actors, Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange, I'm sorry. Why do we call him by his real name, Doctor Strange? Kirsten Dunst and Cody Smith-McPhee were up for individual prizes. Will Smith nabbed a trophy for his role as Richard Williams, the father of tennis stars Venus and Serena and King Richard. He's going to win that Oscar. Jessica Chastain was recognized for her portrayal of Tammy Faye Mesner, the ex-wife of televangelist Jim Bakker in the eyes of Tammy Faye. Smith, tears streaming down his cheeks, said hearing his name called while sitting next to Venus Williams was, quote, one of the greatest moments of my career, close quote. The supporting performance statuettes went to Troy Kotsur for Coda and Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, 2 first-time nominees. Kotsur, who is deaf and delivered his acceptance speech through an ASL interpreter, thanked Apple TV Plus for providing support and access. The company acquired the film at the Sundance Film Festival for $25 million. Ted Lasso won a bunch of awards too. You need to know that because Ted Lasso is awesome and a pretty cool show. Congratulations to Jason Sudeikis for his Best Actor award too, by the way, for Ted Lasso. Did anybody catch SNL Saturday? It opened up in a very hey, I'm not a blogger, Mark. No. Go to Google, brother. I ain't a blogger. And he said, Travis asked, what do I do? Keep watching, Travis. It's going to come to you. I promise. Just hold on. He said, what do you do? That is awesome. Nobody has ever said anything that nice to me because I don't know. SNL normally kicks off each show with some humor, but the comedy sketch series opened with a tribute performance to Ukraine amid the ongoing Russian invasion. The Ukrainian chorus Dunka of New York performed a prayer for Ukraine during the opening of SNL on Saturday. Cast members Kate McKinnon and Cecily Strong introduced the choir. The choir sang the melancholy tune in front of a live audience and a table of candles that spelled the name of Ukraine's capital city, Kyiv. Russian troops launched an attack on Ukraine this week. The ongoing invasion involves explosions and airstrikes on the city. Couldn't be more obvious there. Could you, AP? Thank you for that very much. Let's see here. Travis says he's not listening. Hey, Gliss.
Yes, sir.
Are you reading this? Is it just me? Oh, yeah. He says he can't hear. You can't hear. You're not. I don't. Okay. Oh, Mark, you don't have to apologize. It's cool. But I'm not a blogger though. I have to do this every now and then. I understand that people are new. I've been on the radio in Chicago for 21 years, no longer than that. And I'm a published poet. I'm in a book that is published by Haymarket Press called The Breakbeat Poets. It has a cover that is done by Hebrew Brantley. And if you want to know more, I promise if you Google me, I'm there. Okay, Travis can hear. I don't feel like he had a hearing issue. He can hear now. All right. Hey, Travis, you asked me, what do I do? And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't know. I do a lot of stuff.
But we're here.
We're here. And you're here with us. Which is weird that we met up somehow. You know, maybe one day what we should do. Oh, Travis, actually, I love reading. Yes. Whoa. Oh, Mark said this guy is cool. Thank you. Then he said, never mind. No, thanks. I don't. Hey, man. He's a radio show host in Chicago. Yeah, I am. I have a show every Thursday. This is great, Gliss. The content is coming out of the pores. I have a radio show.
It's like we're now it's turning into just like a breakdown of resumes.
Hey, man, yeah.
Let's get it all out there.
I had to do this the day you were gone. I had to remind, like, hey, y'all, look, this is legit. I know this is weird seeing this bald-headed black dude with this De La Soul shirt on in what may or may not be his actual house. I'm just saying. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do this for a while. Marty. Hey, Marty. Marquise is here, too. What's up, Marquise? Marquise is here a lot. Thank you for being a passenger on the drive. Do I like Nirvana? Hell yeah. What song? Which one? Come on. I think Dave Grohl, who is frontman of another of my favorite bands, the Foo Fighters, is a genius. I think before Kurt Cobain decided he wanted to take himself out, he was a genius. Even the dude whose name nobody can pronounce, the bass player, genius. That was a great band. Kurt Novoselic, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. See? That's right. Yes, the Foo Fighters! Exclamation mark, question point. Oh, are you posting these up? Because I'm not looking at you. Oh, these are so good, man. This is the best show we have ever done. Oh, man. It took 29 of them to get here. We here, Glass.
Mark says sorry again. He doesn't have to say sorry, though. Sometimes this does get a little lost in translation. We understand you're
Please don't apologize.
Talking to your robot, so there's bound to be a little bit that gets mixed up.
Hey, man, don't apologize, Mark. I'm not going to say that one, but yeah, I can see you be upset about that. No, you don't. Please, I'm the one who made a really nice apology on Friday for being really mean to somebody. Don't apologize. You're good. But yes, I love Nirvana. I do. I'm a fan. I got do I have Nirvana? I don't have any Nirvana on wax. You know what I do have though, and I strongly recommend it. Hold on here. This is part of the entertainment report. Let me get back to the camera because your texts are great. This is a new album from Robert Glasper. Do you see that okay? It's called Black Radio 3. This is it. This is so good. Q-Tip is on here with Esperanza Spalding, BJ the Chicago Kid. Oh man. Pastanus from De La Soul is on here. This is it. Just got it a couple days ago. Black Radio 3.
All right, I'll check it out.
You should. You like
everybody needs to go check it out. And Mark has a Nirvana t-shirt. He says,
"Okay, that's cool." Do I like AC/DC? Yes, I do. I'll tell you a quick story, Mark. Since we've completely abandoned our show, I got in trouble for buying an AC/DC album in 1981. The album was called Back in Black. And then I got in even more trouble because I played the album. I had the nerve to actually play it in my house while my family was around.
It's that devil's music.
They didn't hit me with the devil's music. It was more like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, it's AC/DC. My sister was a little bit more into music. So she was like, you really like AC/DC? And I'm like, yeah, I was playing bass. So I'm like, yeah, I love AC/DC. And
you can play. Everybody can play every song on AC/DC.
Yes, because it's like one chord.
It's all A. Yeah, it's a. But they're amazing at what they do, though.
Yeah, they are. It's hard to do.
You can find a lane like that and be as big as they are. I've seen them live several times. I sat front row once at one of their concerts. It was one of the coolest music experiences I've ever had. So.
Okay, here we go. Questions answered. Mark is 11 years old. All right. Whew, you got a really good music palette for 11, my man. Okay. All right. But yeah, don't apologize for anything. Listen to more Foo Fighters. I think you'll like them. There's another group called the New Respects. I think you'll like them too, Mark. And I'm going to try to hit you with one more old school one. Okay. Here you go. Hold on. I got to grab it because we got to go. Got to go to break.
Okay. Yeah.
You wanna find this, Mark, or ask your 42-year-old. God, that's old. He's 42. What? That man is old as dust. This is what we're gonna go out on a break with. Everybody, this is Outlandos D'Amore by The Police. This album here, this is the one. This is what you want to get, Mark. I know you're 11, but you ask your dad. Tell your dad you saw The Police. That's Sting. I'm sorry, this is Sting. And that's Stuart Copeland. They used to fight all the time. Legendary fights. That was great, Mark. This is the best show ever. Thank you, man. When we come back, we're going to talk some sports in a bit. Okay, he's 35, not 42. We'll be back in just a moment. It's The Drive on Backchannel, YouTube, and on your Amazon-supported device. Peace, Mark, my man. It's another one for you, Mark. I was trying to find my Foo Fighters for him. Oh, that was so much fun. Man, that was good right there, dude. Thank you. You're the best. Enrique has joined the stream too. Thank you. Oh my goodness gracious. Who else? And he said, thanks, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate you checking out the show. Oh, you did it, dude. That's the greatest. If we could take phone calls, I would gladly talk to Mark every show. Every single day. Thank you, brother. Tell your friends. In fact, yeah, you tell all your friends to watch The Drive. Tell them. Tell them all. Tell all your 11-year-old buddies they want to do this. I'm going to help them become better men and women, but mostly better. We'll turn this on because I think the sun's going to abandon me. I'm supposed to be talking about sports. He attacked Red Sox chief baseball officer Chaim Bloom in several tweets, including supporting Black Lives Matter and the LGBTQ community. Boston Red Sox minor league player Brett Netzer has been released from the team following a barrage of offensive, homophobic, and racist tweets. He's 25 years old. He hasn't played since 2019. He requested his release Saturday, and the team granted it. The team spokesman told NBC News on Monday. In a series of tweets on Friday and Saturday, Netzer attacked the team's chief baseball officer, calling him a, quote, bad actor and a, quote, fraud, close quote, while targeting his Jewish identity. The team confirmed to the Boston Globe the posts were his and not a hack. In one tweet Saturday, he took aim at Bloom for supporting Black Lives Matter and the LGBTQ community. In his post, Netzer targeted transgender people. In another, he said Black people should, quote, go back to their roots and start to reestablish their true Black culture, close quote. In another tweet, he wrote, quote, I am a racist. I do sometimes make assumptions based on a person's race, ethnicity, culture. Glad that is out of the way, close quote. He ain't never playing baseball again. And you heard me right. I didn't say he isn't ever going to. I said he ain't never playing baseball again. The Athletic's Chad Jennings was the first to report on his release following his incendiary post. His words drew the ire of fellow Red Sox minor leaguer Brendan Salucci. Quote, it's safe to say Red Sox fans have been shocked by the comments of a former player, close quote, he tweeted. Quote, I don't speak for the organization. However, I will say that players' comments don't reflect the reputation and standard we uphold. Our organization promotes respect and love for all, period. Netzer was a third-round pick in 2017, but hasn't hit the field since 2019 after the minor league season was canceled in 2020 due to the pandemic, and he was placed on the restricted list of the Portland Sea Dogs, a AA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox, on May 4th, 2021, for undisclosed reasons. You admitted that you're a racist. Never mind. Bye. Glad you're never going to play baseball again. You're an idiot. I'm reading these. Wait, Mark, what are you going? Said this guy is cool, but Mario and the guy is talking about, but Mario and the guy he's talking about other people are mean though. Okay. All thanks, dude. Heart emoji. I'm just going back on what Mark is doing, man, because honestly, this is so much more interesting.
Just to check in.
Yeah, just checking in on Mark. Linda's here. And okay, now people are talking to other people. There you go. Hey, Stacy, Mark is here. Mark, Stacy. I don't know. Stacy might be an older lady, Mark. Be careful. You're a young guy. You got a whole lot of life ahead of you, buddy. Just take it easy. Who's mean? None of us are mean. Man, what is going on? You know, I put this story in here for you. What in the hell happened to the Los Angeles Lakers? They are so bad. I watched that last night. It's like, wait, you tell me I'm going to get you LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, and Carmelo Anthony. Even though Carmelo's on the end part of his career, he's still pretty good. And Russell Westbrook just was amazing not 6 months ago. And now, did you see the pass Russell Westbrook threw to a man that wasn't there? He threw a pass, a
I love
dart. I do too, actually. He threw a dart to someone that wasn't there. There was no one there. DeAndre Jordan could be playing professional football because he threw a pass 18 yards past the receiver's reach. They're in bad shape, man. If you're a Lakers fan, you really got to be like, wow, what is happening? Jeannie Buss walked out in the third quarter.
I don't blame her.
Just left. Like, I'm out.
That's one of the worst places to be, is when you have a bunch of talent and money tied up and you're just like mediocre at best.
Man, Mark is good.
That's a bad place to be.
Yeah, it is. And it's the Lakers. And I've asked Laker fans, and I used to really be a big time. When I was little, because again, we had this talk. I love Magic Johnson. I think Magic Johnson was great. Yeah. I used to love the Showtime Lakers. James Worthy. I went and bought the glasses, the whole thing. This doesn't even feel like those Laker teams. There's a certain amount of we're better than you that those teams have. This team is just like, we're worse than you. Way worse. And we know it.
They just don't have the feel of a winning team.
No.
It looks good on paper, but it doesn't add up when they hit the court.
It's the swag that Phoenix has and that Golden State has. The Lakers don't have it. They're missing it, and it's hurting.
Yeah.
By the way,
it's
man,
palpable.
Yeah, you can tell. It's not like it's hard to find. It's like, man, something's missing. I asked Robert the same question when you were gone. I'm like, what is missing? What am I missing? And he's a Laker fan, so you guys have something to talk about.
That's awful.
Okay, just back to Mark. He said that he didn't mean to say that I was mean. Thank you. He already has a girlfriend, so ladies, slow down on my boy Mark. Russell Westbrook says that the opponent's scouting report to, quote, just play harder than them is working. Man, look, they better figure out a fix quickly. I mean, LeBron James is reaching the twilight of his career. He ain't going to be there forever. He already said when his son, who I don't know how old this boy is, but he makes it sound like he's coming out of college tomorrow, or that he's good enough to leave now from high school, and his game is getting better too, Bronny. That when he comes out, when he's ready to play in the NBA, whatever team picks him up is where LeBron James is going to go. Do I want a LeBron James in another 2 years? I don't. This is a mess. This is a mess, and they know it, and they got to fix it. Or, except Gliss says you don't have to fix it. Stay a mess.
No, I love it. I think it's great. Just leave it.
Don't fix anything. Just leave it.
Like I said, it sucks to be a Lakers fan right now because, like I've kind of experienced this over the last 5 years or so, where you had this dynamic of two really good offensive players in Portland's, and they got to the conference finals that one year, and it was like that was the ceiling. They gotta do something different, and you have to accept that when you get to that point. And so that's why I was happy that the Blazers were like, screw it, we're going to get some draft picks. Damian Lillard's going to sit the whole year. They just announced a couple nights ago their center, Yusuf Nurkic, has like plantar fasciitis, or basically we're tanking.
They played the we're tanking game so well.
Yeah. So it's like you want to be going towards something, or you want to be a contender. You don't want to be in the middle where you're paying a bunch of superstars that aren't in their primes anymore, just taking up a bunch of money and not winning very many games.
Right, and they're exceptionally bad at winning. They don't know how to do that. They lost by 30-something points last night. It's and to listen to Michael Thompson on the radio talk about how bad it is, and just in his voice, you can hear it. He's just like, "Why am I here?"
It's fair.
I'd rather be watching my son play, because my son.
All those old Lakers, yeah.
Oh, they're all mad. Mark's favorite album ever is Straight Outta Compton. I'm a little worried about that. He's 11? Okay.
Hey, man, that's what NWA was all about, right?
I guess, reaching out to the 11-year-olds with a bunch of curse words, talking about drugs and drinking 40s. Yeah, that was their demo, the 11-year-old. If you're gonna do that, Mark, listen to Public Enemy. That's just Uncle Mario talking.
Absolutely.
The NFL overtime changes are coming, huh? The coach submit a proposal to guarantee each team an overtime possession. The NFL Competition Committee plans to discuss possible overtime changes this week. The Indianapolis Colts, of all people, have submitted a proposal to guarantee each team an overtime possession. If approved, the rule change would apply both to the regular and postseason. Hold on. If there's an overtime postseason, Super Bowl, those are two different things. Because if it's an overtime situation in the Super Bowl, they got to play another quarter. Give me a full quarter, not a couple of plays. I want one more quarter. If it's in the Super Bowl, you play to the bitter end. I need to see people dry heaving before I'm like, okay, let's stop playing. Did you watch Chelsea and Liverpool play yesterday?
I did not. I need to start watching some more.
Man, look,
watch some.
They were 0-0. This was just a silverware tournament. Chance for them to win something. They were 0-0 the whole match for the full 90 minutes. They played an additional 30 minutes 0-0. Then they went to a penalty shootout, and the goalkeeper for Chelsea won the match. He was the last man. All 10 of their men on each side got a goal. Goalkeeper for Chelsea got his. I'm sorry, for Liverpool got his, and the goalkeeper for Chelsea, who they substituted, missed the field goal. He didn't just miss it. He threw that DeAndre Jordan thing, but he did it with his foot. He kicked it 6 miles in the air over the goalie. So, I mean, yeah, if it's an overtime, I want overtime. I want you to play until you say, yo, man, I can't breathe anymore. I'm tired of playing. Don't quit on me.
Get out the oxygen tanks.
Yeah. You got people on the bench. Get more people. The NFL's overtime policy was a major topic of conversation during the 2021 playoffs, especially after the Chiefs' overtime win over the Bills in the AFC divisional round. Many argued that the Bills' offense should have been given an opportunity to possess the ball after Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense scored a game-ending touchdown after winning the coin toss to start the extra session. The NFL implemented a sudden death overtime format for any divisional tiebreak games in 1940. Might have times to change. The league added sudden death overtime to the postseason in 1946. The NFL's first ever overtime period was played during the 1958 NFL Championship game, with Johnny Unitas' Colts posting a 23-17 win over the Giants. It wasn't until 1974 when the league instituted sudden death. That sounds so bad. Can they think of a better way to put that? Overtime for any regular season game that was tied after 60 minutes. The overtime period changed from 15 to 10 minutes for regular season games in 2017. In 2011, the NFL made a change to playoff overtime games that was implemented into the regular season in 2012. Those changes, which are still in effect today, give the team that starts overtime on defense a chance to possess the ball as long as they don't allow a touchdown on the game's opening drive. If both teams kick a field goal on their initial drive, overtime goes into sudden death. A touchdown immediately ends the game. Oh God, is there a better way? You got a better idea, Gliss? Because I think I know how to solve this problem.
As long as both offenses get to touch the ball, I think I'm okay. But
at least once.
We should have seen that epic battle between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. That could have gone on longer. I wanted to see how that would have ended when you are giving the other team an opportunity.
I may have to put that one on Madden. I want to see the end, because Josh Allen gets one more chance. I don't know if the Bills in the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Oh wait, who played in the Super Bowl? The Chiefs didn't. That's right, Cincinnati. See how quick you forget Cincinnati. Who didn't win?
Yeah.
Mark says he loves the Premier League. I do too, man. I'm an Arsenal fan. I love football. I would listen to some of the Seattle game, the MLS last night, and they lost, which was surprising. My man. That's right. There you go. Mark says he likes Man United. Hey, The guy in Portland, Mark, his brother-in-law is a Tottenham Hotspur fan. How about that?
Yeah, we got some Tottenham in our family.
Whatever. Good on him. I hope he doesn't swing on me when he sees me. I understand you like Arsenal. Woo, I got a duck. In the association tonight, we got basketball. The Timberwolves go against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That game is 7 Eastern. All games are Eastern time. The Pacers against the we talk so much yet we suck Orlando Magic. That also starts at 7. The Raptors against the Nets. Ben Simmons might be hurt. Did you hear that? He has a bad back. They think they made him move too quickly, like ramp up his ability to play. He was supposed to start tonight. Maybe not. Toronto's a team on the come up. Should be interesting. One of the games that I want to see, there are actually 2 of them. The Bulls play the Miami Heat tonight, 7:30 Eastern.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. That's going to be a real good game because John Morant came in here the other day, Saturday. He put it on the Bulls. He did a whole show, complete with a 360 layup. Just coming off the dribble, hiding the basketball. It was a mess. The Spurs play the Grizzlies tonight. That's at 8 Eastern. The Hornets against the Milwaukee Bucks. Screw Grayson Allen. That's at 8 Eastern. And they play the Bulls on March 4th. And I ain't forgot what you did to Alex Caruso, punk. And like I'm talking to him. And the Kings play the Thunder. In the NHL, the Canucks against the Devils, my Maple Leafs against the Caps, and the Bruins play the Kings. That's the late game tonight. The Canucks and Devils game and the Maple Leafs Capitals game is 7:30 Eastern. And the Bruins play the Los Angeles Kings. I forgot they had a hockey team. 10:30 Eastern tonight. And that's a look at sporting things. Before I go back to see anything else, any more gems that my man Marcus laid on us, just want to do a couple of things. Did you know on this day, sounds like he did. Did you know on this day the ship California arrives in San Francisco in 1849 with the first of the gold seekers? Okay. I remember this night. The final episode of MASH airs after 11 seasons on CBS with a special 2.5-hour finale that was watched. You know how people say they didn't watch MASH and they never watched MASH? You know how many people watched this one? 121.6 million people. That's a Super Bowl.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. I watched it. When I was in high school, we used to have to watch MASH.
I was a little too young.
Man, be glad. In 1993, a gun because it was good. The movie's better. The show just got, these dudes were way too old to be in combat in Korea after a while. It started to show. In 1993, a gun battle erupts at a compound in Waco. Wow, that was, and when they gonna move on Waco? A gun battle erupts at a compound near Waco, Texas, when Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms agents tried to serve warrants on the Branch Davidians. 4 agents and 6 Davidians were killed as a 51-day standoff began. And I remember that because David Koresh was not budging, and they had to go in and get him. That was crazy. Born on this day in 1956, my man Adrian Dantley, bad man for the Utah Jazz, couldn't stand it when he played for the Pistons. From Tears for Fears, Ian Stanley, the keyboardist, is his birthday today, 65 years old. Adrian Dantley, by the way, 66. Bet he could have won the dunk contest, though, this a couple weeks ago. On this day in 1958, Chuck Berry records Johnny Be Good. And then there's some other stuff that I could say about Chuck Berry, but we'll save that for a different show that's probably on like satellite where I can curse. George Michael announced the breakup of Wham. I hated that day, 1986. I was very angry. And in 1998, My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion is #1 on the U.S. Top 40 chart. And if you asked me to sing a word of it, I couldn't, but I could do a Celine Dion impression by beating on my chest mercilessly while singing the song. Okay, let's check out what Mark is doing. Because Mark is the you-know-what man. Hold on, let me turn all that off. Doctor, you forgot your shingle. Okay, Mark is not 11 years old, clearly. That is definitely a quote from MASH.
He could be watching TV with his stepdad.
He could be.
You can find any of those shows nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. Mark, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're not 11 for real, that you're really like 50-something. Luke has joined the stream as well. Hello, Psychic is another one. Yes, he watched me. How old are you, Mark? Stop playing. Mark says Tottenham sucks.
Yes, he did.
And yes, they do. My man.
Sometime I'm just gonna like secretly just pop my brother-in-law in here without even saying anything. He'll just appear on screen, and you guys can argue about soccer for an hour.
Please do it. Could you please?
That'll be the sports segment for that day. I'll just hijack it, and it'll just turn into arguing about soccer.
So, I will say this: they have two players that I absolutely adore, and I wish they played on Arsenal. And of course, it's Harry Kane and Son. Amazing.
Yeah, he's
amazing.
Good. Yeah,
those dudes are good. They set some sort of record the other day for I guess assists to each other that turn into goals. Man, they are good, and they have a player on their team that I wish that Arsenal could poach because they don't play him anymore. Dele Alli. They stopped playing him. Yeah. They stopped playing him. I'm like, yo, I'll take him. Put him in some of that red and white there in that Arsenal. All Tottenham fans leave the room right now. My man, Mark. This guy gets it. Your story checks out, Mark. Your story checks out. Hasn't this been good? Tell the truth. This has been good today. You cannot say it hasn't been good.
This has been fun.
Oh, so much fun. Because
like I said, man, when people get involved, it makes the show that much more fun. So,
and that's why we encourage everybody to get involved, and participate in the chat and whatnot. Because as you see, I'll read it. I am sort of like Ron Burgundy. I'll read anything that's on that screen. Almost.
We have a map for the show every day, but we don't. We can veer off at any time. Mario will, strike up a conversation. If you want to get involved, just get involved.
Oh, absolutely.
We're here for it.
He says there's 16 other people. Yeah. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Brandy. How you guys doing? Yeah, there is. But I mean, I'm saying for me, Milo. All right. This is the game that I like playing. Is it the dog Milo, the actual dog named Milo? Is it Gliss's wife, the wonderful, and thank you for keeping my boy from turning into Jerry Lewis with all those drugs, Lindsay? Or is it my man Jack?
I think it's Lindsay and Jack. I heard them pull into the driveway, so I think it's just a communal thing. The device is now on in the kitchen. So
you got the brain trust listening to the show today. Good stuff. Context ? Okay, Mark, I got you because I got like a minute. Lindsay is Gliss's wife. Gliss is the guy that's producing the show in the little bitty box, somewhere over here. And I didn't know your Alexa was in the kitchen, Mark. I look like I can't see you. You also told me you were.
I was talking about mine, not Mark's.
Yeah,
it's a good place to keep it, though.
I guess I got my Google thing in my room. My did I say the wrong device? I think we should probably take a break. Okay. No, I didn't know your Alexa was in the kitchen, but I'm glad that you have it, so you can join the stream like Alvin just did. Okay. When we come back, we've got a front of mind story that is awesome, and I cannot wait to tell you about it. It's The Drive with Mario Smith here on Backchannel.tv. You're watching also on YouTube, and you're checking us out on your Amazon supported device. And for the last time, we will be right back. If you've ever undergone an MRI, you know it can be a claustrophobic, nerve-wracking experience for adults, and especially for kids. With that in mind, Lego is sending custom Lego MRI sets to hospitals so kids can learn all about them before undergoing their own MRI experience. This is so cool. The idea originated with Lego employee Eric Underland Starr, who had the idea to build a Lego MRI model that could help medical staff prepare kids for treatment. This would reduce their anxiety and make their experience more playful and less scary, Lego said in a statement. The MRI model is now being used by employees across the world to distribute to their local hospitals. That is so doggone cool. And I'm sure that that gives some kids a little bit of peace of mind. The set comes with three characters: a doctor, an MRI tech, and a child who is preparing to be scanned. Kids can even open the scanner to see what's inside in hopes that it will help them better understand how the whole procedure works. The response to the MRI sets has been strong on social media. Parents and healthcare providers have expressed interest in acquiring their own sets. Many people have also asked about future healthcare related projects for sick children. I'd like to have one of those. And in fact, for more information on how healthcare facilities can get their own Lego MRI set or for updates on the program, you can follow the Lego Foundation on Twitter. And if you're looking for your own Lego hospital set, including an MRI scan room for your kids that are at home sick, you are in luck. You can buy one. I would imagine if you went on Amazon, you can find the Lego City Hospital. A little pricey, costs $119. But if you got a sick kid, it can only help. Keep them calm, give them an opportunity to learn what the process is, what it's like, and how to be better in the out, than when they came in. That's cool. Thanks, Bliss. I like that. That was dope. Here's another one. Oh, God. First it was Juan Hernandez. Now it's this woman. A Maryland woman says she turned misfortune into monetary fortune when she used the license plate number from her wrecked car to win a $25,000 lottery prize. The Columbia woman told Maryland lottery officials she decided to try the new Pick 5 game on Valentine's Day. Oh, that's a good day. And she bought a 50-cent ticket. Bye, everybody. She bought a 50-cent ticket using the numbers from the license plate of her car, which recently had to be towed from the scene of a minor crash. The player said she was shocked to check the results the following day and see that she had won $25,000 on a 50-cent ticket. The woman said she's using her prize money to put down the deposit on a new convertible. Honey, if you're putting down a deposit, you should buy it. And that's something for you to take to your dinner table tonight. Not my comments, just those two cool stories. Especially that Lego one. That's really, really cool. I think that is thoughtful because kids get scared when they got to do hospital stuff.
I could have used one of those.
I mean, I'm saying you could have got you an MRI kit before you had to go and get your knee.
I get claustrophobic. In fact, I had to kind of take a deep breath and gather myself when I went to have my knee done.
Yeah.
And you're only up to like here, so your head doesn't go in for your knee. But it still had me feeling like, they're like, don't try not to move at all. Don't move your extremities. And it's like, man, you start getting in your head about thinking about the next 15, 20 minutes just being stuck in this one spot.
Yeah.
It definitely made me a little anxious.
I think I just think that is so cool. That's really, really cool. If there's a kid in your life who or an adult like Bliss or me, because I just like having Legos, that is going through it and getting ready to do something major like a surgery or an MRI or something like that, to be able to show like this is what the machine looks like, this is what it looks like inside, this is what you're going to be doing when you go through. These people will be out there in case something happens so they can get you out. That's pretty cool, man. I like that. I'm a sucker for stuff like that. You can show me the good in anything, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Hey, did you know 1 in 5 people have given up social media for Lent.
I know.
About 30, yeah, that's it. About 38% of us lie to our doctor about our drinking habits. Let me tell you a secret. Don't lie. You got to tell them the truth.
They've heard it all. You just be honest about it.
I told my doctor I have 2 drinks in a week, and he started laughing. June is the busiest month for garage and yard sales. It makes sense. Let's have a garage sale in December. Hey, Ethel, we're gonna get some warm clothes. We're going out to have a garage sale.
Shovel the driveway.
Shovel the driveway, honey, or get the kids to do it. Somebody. 45% think you should just wait until age 25 to get a credit card. Can I give you some financial advice? Wait longer than that.
I wish I would have.
Yeah, see?
You can make a lot of mistakes. You can make a lot of mistakes once you get a credit card.
Yeah, man. Wait till you get much older when buying things don't really matter that much to you. Just wait. I think I got my first credit card, like, no joke, maybe a year or 2 ago.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was like, oh no. I have no credit. My credit, you know what my credit history is? The money I've borrowed from people. That's my credit history. I'm not traceable. About 42% of us turn on a nightlight before bed. I've got 2 strategically placed nightlights in my house.
Yeah.
So that there's always some kind of light on.
Yeah.
Unlike the other night when I came in, it didn't matter if the lights are on or not. It was another night that I accepted an Academy Award for my performance as a person that had maybe been a little absurd. 52% of women say a real man shouldn't be scared of a spider. I am not scared of them. It depends on what kind of spider, however. If it's got markings on it, peace. Good luck. You better come with me. I'm not killing your spider. I had a friend of mine, I hope she's not watching. I had a friend of mine call me one day in an absolute panic, and I had to I had to hop in a ride share to go 20 minutes from my house to kill this spider. It took me all of 6 seconds. I'm like, you're bigger and taller than that spider. And it wasn't like radioactive spider, which when I was little, I hunted for those. Like, man, I just want a radioactive spider to bite me so I can get out here and fight crime. Never happened. A recent study says that being unable to answer your phone can cause you stress and anxiety. Who did they do that study? Don't. Okay, sure. Yeah. Whatever. All right. I think we've done. The other guy's name is Gliss. Okay. He said, Mark says that he found the channel on Alexa Games. That's right. You can. And yeah. Oh, he wasn't asking me. He was asking people.
Yeah, I've played some of the games. I've heard they do, some, if you like this, check out Backchannel. Yeah.
Well, they should be checking us out anyway. But now they know.
You should come back, Mark. Come hang out with us.
Oh, Mark, we're on tomorrow, man. It starts at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Mark, real quick, where are you from? What part of the country are you in? Come on, dude. Let's go, hurry, because I'm leaving. All right, whatever. Want to thank everybody there because I'm serious, man. I gotta go. Oh, here we go. Atlanta, Georgia. All right. Nice. Man. Roseanne's in Alabama. Cool. Thank you, Mark, for helping us out today. You were absolutely wonderful, man. I had a good time. I can't speak for anyone else. Gliss also said he had a good time. He said that himself. Do the Trap City. Man, I wish I could, but we're out of time. Join us again tomorrow. Hey, man. Gliss, thanks for being an awesome dude. And I will talk to you in a bit and see you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Right on. To all our passengers on the drive today, thank you so much for being a part of the program. We really, really appreciate it and you. And we will see you again tomorrow. As the sun sets in Chicago, Illinois, my name is Mario Smith. On this beautiful night across the United States, we wish you a wonderful evening. Join us again beginning at 6 a.m. Eastern time for Haley and Allison as we will continue Backchannel.tv. On behalf of everyone at Backchannel, have a great, great night.